this is Jason Lee with Next Level Guitar, and today I want to teach you a really cool, simple, I'm going to call this an alternative spaghetti western riff, because I'm a little more alternative in what I do, but I think it's a really cool little riff, and let's get into it right now. If you would like a free video lesson that's not on YouTube, click on the link below and we'll send you a free video lesson and ebook courtesy of Next Level Guitar. When you're doing spaghetti western, the big thing that you want to do is you want to pluck down by the bridge. It just tends to have that much twangier sound. I'm in the bridge position for this whole lesson, but regardless, this is a pretty full sounding guitar, so when you're hearing me do the lesson, you're probably going to see me just plucking it in the middle, and there's going to be some bass coming out of it on the low side. But realistically, if I were doing studio work, you need to be picking right down by the back, right here by the bridge. So I'll play it slow really quick so you can hear just the riff again. Pick down at the bridge, it sounds amazing in my opinion. You can hear, how much crispier it sounds and how much lighter and brighter it sounds. And I think it sounds nice when you're playing the full chords like that, but realistically when you're playing down here at the bridge, it gives you that same kind of borrowed effect from a big baritone bass 6 that they're using in the 60s for all the spaghetti western stuff. The main frets that I'm going to be using for this lesson stay really around the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and 5th fret. That's all I really want you guys to worry about. Other than the 2 chords that we're going to be teaching, just worry about 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret. And the main strings that we're dealing with for the roots are just going to be our E and our A. With spaghetti western, in my opinion, you really have to stay with the lower strings so you get that bigger sound. Most of the spaghetti western was done on a baritone. A lot of my recordings I do that it sound like that are going to be with a baritone as well. But for now, we're going to stick with my Rutter's guitar. So let's get started right now. So the first part of the riff is going to always start with your E string. And when you're plucking it too, I want you to be mindful that when you're plucking it, to get more of that spaghetti western sound, you want to be plucking under. Okay, so if you're looking at the guitar, you want to kind of get under that string to really pluck it. I mean, you can go down if you want, but I'm using a thinner pick, and I'm really just kind of digging under it. Here's me playing down, and here's out. So you'll see kind of as I'm doing the lesson that I'm just going through and kind of giving it an under pluck, I guess we'll call it today. Right? So we're starting off with an open E. So we're going to do 2 hits on the lower E, and then you kind of hammer on to that G note, which is the 3rd fret on our E string. Right there. And then the cool part about this is that this is going to be kind of a hammer-on pull-off that we're dealing with the A string, like this. Okay, so all we're doing is we're pretty much plucking the string once at the 2nd fret on the A string. We're pulling that, hammering our finger on. Use your index finger for this too. And then that's going to finish us up for that intro part. So hear it in order really quick. Okay, so get to that part. Okay. Then we're going to go on to the little last part of that beginning riff, and that's what we're going to move on to, that little kind of spaghetti western drop down. Okay? So in order now it'll go like this. And then back to the G. Okay? And then just end on A. Okay, so our last 2 notes are just going to be the G and an open A. So in sequence, I'll play it slow right now. It's going to sound like this. Okay, now by doing that little hammer on pull off thing, whatever I'm doing, it gives it this kind of syncopated feel, which really sounds to me more spaghetti western. The second part that we're going to break down is you're just going to do a walk down from the 5th fret on the 2nd string. Okay, that'll be your D note. And we're going to, in a sense, chromatically walk down. Okay, so in order, I'll do it slow. Now, if you see in the beginning of the lesson, I'm doing that D and then going down to the D flat, but I'm hitting a G. And make sure to do that. It really gives it a fuller sound. You can play it with the root if you want, but let's hear it slow again. Okay? So the more, finalized version that we're going to do in this lesson is hitting that D note twice, so it gives you that little hopping space to go between your two, little walk downs, okay? So you'll see I'm hitting that D twice. Now you can do cool stuff to kind of go back into that riff. You can do a little dive like a, or, right? So let's try it again. I'll play it slow. Then we'll start progressing on the speed faster. And then I'm going to show you the little chord breakdown, which is really fun too. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to play it slow. Now after you've got that part down, what I want you to do is work into a C. Now what I'm playing is a C, like you'd play a C like this, okay? See that? Okay? But I'm taking my pinky and I'm adding this on to the G note. Just gives it a little bit of that bottom end. And it's also, in my opinion, letting you know what's coming up, So let's try it with just the C. I don't want to worry about what other chords we're playing in the whole equation. I want to play the riff slow for you guys, and then I want to add that C with that added G. Here we go. I'm going to play it slow, and we're just going to work up into playing that open C and letting it rest, okay? Now the reason I'm having you rest like that is because there's a certain kind of timing that we're using in this too. You can't just jump from the C to the G like that from the beginning of this video. I want you to just keep working up to playing that C so you get this nice big full strum. So remember, we're going to emphasize that C over G. Alright, I'm going to play the riff now up to speed. We're going to go into the C chord that we've been working on, and then we're going to go to just a full G after that, okay? Here we go. Okay, so you can see that we've gone from the G, and now I've gone to that same C over G that we were playing before. Okay, so let's do that again with the three chords. Here's the rest on the first C. Now we do this cool little walk down, okay? Use your middle finger. That way you can keep your other finger on this G. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm leaving the spacing and the timing of the song to really emphasize that bend. If you had this as a faster song, you're just going to hear this. And that's cool, but that's way sexier in my opinion. Alright, so here's its full riff with the chords in its entirety at full speed. Today for the lesson, I'm just using my Rutter's Telly. I've got TV Jones pickups in there, and I'm using a clean 67 Bandmaster of mine with a reverb tank off to the side. This has been Jason Lee with NextLevelGuitar.com. Make sure to go to the website with 1,100 plus videos. See you soon.